All right, we all here. Me, Probes, and
What up? What up?
Ron's chair.
What up?
Ain't no. What up? What up?
That boy.
Took a second. It took a second to get there, but we here.
Yeah, at some point I want to get like a backdrop or something like that. I don't know, on the back of it instead of just my window or whatever. But yeah, it's cool, man.
No, same here. Like I don't want my whole place exposed. So
Well, yeah, I don't want you to get like swatted or something like that. You ever seen those?
Oh yeah. Just like somebody
sucks,
just run through here, just come through.
Yeah, and then you get banging on the door, and then they just break in. I can see your door from here, and
exactly.
I can see Ron be like this, like.
Can you guys see me okay?
I can see you.
Ron, you can see me?
Yeah. I had to switch my screen, but I can see you good.
All right.
Had to get a photo. All right, let's get into the ish. So, before we get started, wait. This is something we didn't do. So welcome to the Straight Up Ish podcast. We didn't do this last time. I didn't introduce the podcast. We didn't introduce ourselves. We just went straight into talking. We're like, okay. So this is Straight Up Ish podcast where we talk movies, improving your life, bro shit, current events, all that good stuff. I'm your host, Garnett Galloway, otherwise known as your boy, G-Net. And, you guys can introduce yourselves. I ain't doing it.
Yo, your boy Matt, a.k.a. Froby, a.k.a. Frobes, a.k.a. Non-Feedback Frobes. What's good? Good to see you guys. Welcome back.
Yo, What's going on? Your boy Ron, aka Ronald Prioleau, because he says it on the screen, which I gotta get rid of that.
Why don't you change it?
I was going to, but I kind of didn't know how to. So next episode, definitely gonna change it. I gotta figure out.
I got you. All right. So, this is explicit 18 and up podcast is not for kids, even though we talk about kiddie stuff at times, but we do go off the hinges and everything. But if you're at work, put your headphones on. Don't get fired over us. I don't want you sending letters. Yo, you got me fired, man. No, I don't want to hear that. All right. We're straight off the cup, off script. All right, let's do it. So I want to start off with taking y'all back. I'm gonna tell you a little story now. Here we go back several decades to the 80s. I'm a young lad, maybe 6 or 7 years, give or take. And it's a Saturday morning, right? I'm waking up. Yeah! It's early morning, but crack of dawn. And this back in, is it the Bronx? The Bronx. So we were maybe a few exits were good. I don't know. But anyway, so crazy, I like that. But anyway, so
my God.
I'm in my jammies, with the little booties and stuff. All right. I mean, that's where onesies came from. And I'm walking in to my parents' room. My mom's sound asleep. Like, oh, she'll kill me for saying that. But anyway, but I go over and tap mom's shoulder because I had to ask permission to watch TV and stuff. So I tap my mom's shoulder because Dad, you don't want to be bothered. Don't bother Dad. I say, Mom, can I go watch TV? And she's like, She take one eye open. She put one eye open. Looks at the time. It's like 6 a.m. 6 whatever. She's like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. So I'm like, bet. So I go across our creaky floor, little narrow hallways. I switch on our ancient box TV with the wooden furniture, like it only got the 4 it's like 10 channels, maybe. Turn that on, channel 2, because they're the first ones that have cartoons on. And and it's pretty early, they don't start showing cartoons for a minute. They show some sort of public access bull crap. I don't know. But then I go up into the kitchen. I climb up because I'm self-sufficient, you know, feed myself. So I go up to the cereal box, which is way up on the top shelf. So I climb up on this counter and grab that thing. My first ever athletic parkour experience. You know, pour my little bowl of Cocoa Krispies, pour my little orange juice. I walk it back in, try it back into the living room, set myself up, I'm straight. That was my zen, all right? That was my zen, the Saturday morning cartoons, okay? And that's what we're talking about today. Sorry for yelling. But
shout outs to the Saturday morning cartoons, 8 a.m.
Shout out. So we started off with, I mean, in the 80s, I vaguely remember, like I'm an 80s baby, but I view myself growing up more toward the 90s. I vaguely remember the 80s cartoons, but they had, what did they have? They had
everything.
Masked Crusaders. Masked Crusaders working overtime. Nah, nah, nah. Yeah, Ron, you know that. You know that. That's like,
yeah.
But
I'm like,
But Matt, you were like 3. You couldn't even formulate words. So
hey, I knew a few words.
Yeah, they weren't really words you would find in the Webster's dictionary. But so I watched Mask, I watched Transformers, G.I. Joe, okay.
Silverhawks.
I'm blanking. Silverhawks.
Silverhawks.
Yeah. Thundercats. Yeah. Thundercats. Yeah. Thunder. Something with Lion-O. You can never find Lion-O. The top figures you can never find in Toys R Us or any toy store. Or Lion-O, Optimus Prime, and He-Man. He-Man was another good show. They you notice they rebooted that. And then you know what? I don't know if you've seen it, Ron. Like they had these cartoons based off of Star Wars. They had the Ewoks. It's actually on Disney Plus right now. They had the Ewoks and one of those cartoons based off C-3PO, and I didn't like that one. It was like a 2-parter type of show.
Right, yeah. I remember that.
And then Super Mario Brothers, Super Show. You know, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go do the Mario. Don't look at me like that, all right? You know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm trying to remember. Is that the one where it's like the live version with the 2 guys?
Yeah, they had Captain Lou Albano.
Right. Okay. I remember that. And then they had like the other one, which was like the cartoon one.
Yeah. I think they gave up on the live action thing later on when they did Mario 3 and Mario World and all that other good stuff. But
yeah, but I remember that. That was the show. Like you sit there all day, and they were actually like trying to be plumbers. They weren't trying to fight Bowser or anything like that.
But that was my time. Like they had Muppet Babies. Muppet Babies. They had the Super Friends. That was the Justice League before the Justice League. I mean,
yeah, the Super Friends.
It was kind of stupid when they tried to incorporate Scooby-Doo and all that stuff. Like they had all the Hanna-Barbera type of people and the Looney Tunes and all that good stuff. But I would like videotape, like, VHS. I would videotape that stuff, document it, and just watch it, whenever I miss it, or if we're doing something that Saturday morning and then I can't get to TV until like later that night. But that was my zen, I was like, I watched those cartoons religiously. That's why, I know a lot about.
Sorry, guys.
Huh? Oh, he's doing a sneezing fit. You got to mute himself. Okay. So, yeah, shows like DuckTales, like the Disney Afternoon. That was a great time. You saw all the good shows. And that ran through from the 80s to the 90s. So we'll get to the 90s, and I think Matt can actually pitch in with this one because you had
the 80s. I don't really remember too much.
Yeah,
so.
You were 3 years old. You're 3 years old. Oh, I forgot G.I. Joe. mean, I wasn't into G.I. Joe as much, but they had G.I. Joe back in the 80s. Yo, Joe!
Yeah, JoJo was actually pretty good. You had the Sergeant Slaughter, and then he was a part of WWE. I mean WWF at the time. I think WWF had a cartoon show, didn't they?
I think so, but I don't know. I didn't invest too much into that. Like I don't know. Like wrestling. I know we got off topic, but wrestling I wasn't really. I mean, I like Hulk Hogan, but I didn't know much about wrestling, and it wasn't as. It was big, but it wasn't as big as it became during that Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Like my cousin knew more about that stuff. Like he had the actual big ass figures. Like they were big rubber figures that were this big. And he had Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and the Sheik, Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik.
He also had Voltron, which was a big cartoon back then also. And I had
that was big 80s.
Yeah, I had the toys. I had the lion version and the car version. So I had the lion version that was, bought for me, all the individual parts. It was like this big to scale. And somehow I lost it somewhere. I don't know. So my cousin lent me his, and then I lost that one.
Oh, come on. You using
I was terrible with toys, man. I just like to bang around. In fact, my dad, he used to bring me a toy every day. He came back from work. So my first Transformer toy was Soundwave. Because, my dad.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
That was
like
a collector's item.
Right? I actually saw the Soundwave toy maybe a year or two ago at Walmart. It was like $80. I'm like, $80? Holy crap.
Yeah.
But,
it's so funny that you said that. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I just have this one, and and I didn't even open it yet. So I have this.
Jetfire. Okay.
Yeah, I got Jetfire, and this is I think this is the original one, close to the original. So no, this is nowhere near the original actually. But yo, I was I'm not even opening. This is supposed to go on my desk.
I gotta stock up on those old school toys, man. I saw Grimlock in the toy store the other day. I think I have a picture. I'm not sure, but Matt, you wanna interject? I know you're talking about the '90s cartoons and stuff that you grew up with.
No, I was wondering, where do you get your old school toys from now? Because unfortunately, you mentioned
Grimlock.
Grimlock.
Grimlock. That's a good one right there.
And that's based off the Transformers movie. That was a big thing too in the 80s. Oh my God. Like we had the cartoons you watch on TV on the big screen. That was big. But then they want to traumatize us little boys by killing off Optimus Prime. And halfway through the movie, kill Optimus Prime. That's a great idea. I felt like leaving after that. I mean, I was like, fuck this.
You can watch a Transformer movie. He gets beat up every time.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the modern day. Well, I mean, he's supposed to be the benevolent guy. He's a symbol of benevolence, non-violent. He's like the Martin Luther King of Transformers.
Who's that?
Non-violent. Who's the? Trying to kick you in the head. No, we can't fight back.
Oh, Optimus.
Yeah, punk bitch.
Oh yeah,
Optimus bitch. But go on, man.
He's like we retaliate.
No, you just mentioned before Toys R Us, which unfortunately is not in business anymore. And
they're trying to come back, I heard.
Oh, they are? Well, I just remember another store was KB Toy Store.
Yeah, KB. Toy Works, I think.
FAO Shorts is FAO Shorts still in business in the city?
I have no idea.
So. I don't know. I don't think so. But they have more like, I don't know. I've only been in there once. Like I only see old school stuff. I'm pretty sure they have. It was big, but it's expensive as hell.
I think they had the American Girl things in there, but but before, yeah, they had everything.
Oh man, they had. I mean, the girl toys were. I mean, they were big. you had Cabbage Patch Kids, and then you had this turned into a toy podcast. You had Cabbage Patch Kids, you had Barbie, definitely. You had Gem. Gem is excitement. Ooh, Gem. No.
That was definitely an 80s.
Gem
That was
is
an 80s
truly
show.
outrageous. I used to hate that shit when it came on. I'm like, damn, man, because they had to alternate. Maybe for every 4 boy cartoons, they had to wedge in the girl cartoon. Okay, now it's time for the girl cartoon, My Little Pony and stuff. I'm like, oh god, we have to sit through this. Time to go to the bathroom. Time to take a shit. That's how I felt.
Oh man.
Yeah, but they had She-Ra. Like, I don't know, that you hear more about the history of that in Toys That Made Us. Like, they just want to make implement a female equivalent of He-Man, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, every cartoon had, like, basically, you can't have a cartoon without having a toy, basically.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Sometimes the toy came out. A lot of times you had the toy come out, and then in order for the toy to sell, you have to put a backstory to it. So the best way to do it is to have either the comic or a cartoon. That's how Transformers work. The toys came out first. Like, they weren't even called Transformers in Japan. When they came over here, they called it Transformers. And then they built the whole story behind it.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how it became popular. Because you just had these toys floating around. I mean, they look cool and everything, but, you know, I mean, without the Autobots roll and all that stuff, like, there's not much excitement behind it. You know, a truck that could transform into a robot. Okay, cool, but otherwise, it's just gonna sit there, collect dust, and it's not gonna really sell.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't for the cartoon, like, you wouldn't even have that motivation. Like, we were all about, I gotta get the whole collection, which is impossible. Well, for me, it was. I had to ask my folks, like, go take several trips. Hey, I did good in my test. Can I get Ironhide?
Yeah, you had to, like, have friends that had another transformer. Like, I knew somebody that had Ironhide. I think I had a Sideswipe. I never had, like, any Decepticons. I don't remember why, but I kind of wanted.
You want any bad guys there?
I mean, it was like, you want the good guys always to win. So it's like, you know, the biggest one was Optimus. Optimus was,
you can
like,
never find him.
If you found him, you had to keep him. You had to keep him from everybody. He would have been stolen from you in the schoolyard, in your house. Like, you just had to leave him at home.
Oh yeah, we always like taking our toys to school.
Like, what's your best toy? Optimus, give me that. Run away with it.
You don't bring that to school.
Exactly.
I think that's why my folks told me that, don't bring that stuff to school. Because, like, I would have my school bag, and you just hear this rustling of, like, plastic and stuff at the bottom. What the hell is that? Oh, my books. And then you just open your bag, and then you just take out your toys. Like, that wasn't too smart of me. But it was always a thing. Like, that was the thing back then. Like, because you had a cult following behind, like, Ninja Turtles. Like, ironically, my folks got me into Ninja Turtles. I wanted to get a Batman figure, and they said, "Oh, it must have been expensive because it was in one of those kiosks, and there's a figure that was this big." And they said, well, let's go to the other store. And then I was like, oh, they're not gonna have it here. And then they said, hey, why don't you get this? It was the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo. I was like, oh, that was cool. You know, I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm not hard to please. You know, I just got it. And I didn't know a thing about Ninja Turtles. You know, it just looked cool. I just seen the commercials, but I didn't even see the show or anything. I just bought the thing, and look how it blew up. But we're gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into that, the farce that has occurred with them. But what was I saying?
Matt.
Oh yeah, the toy.
90s.
Yeah.
his cartoon era.
Oh yeah, but we brought, but that was the thing. Everybody brought their little toys, and they like, I don't know, it looked like they smuggled it and be like, hey, look what that guy got Donatello, Michelangelo. They start playing with it and everything, and then you're like standing there envious and like, oh man, I want that too. Huh. That was the thing. You know, so it was the cult following. We watched all these cartoons, and then we bring in the toys that corresponded. So the cartoons and the comics actually help make these toys sell. You know, you can't just put stuff out there and just not have a backstory. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Got ideas for the show? Got questions for us? Or maybe you want to tell us we suck? Hit us up at straightupishtalk@gmail.com.
Yep, you're right. No, you're right. I mean, the backstories was definitely like the biggest thing. I think I did watch that Netflix how the toys were sold. But then I was watching this other guy. I gotta get his name on YouTube, but he was just like explaining every toy and how they came about and the other generations and how it started. So, you know, it's a big deal. Like, I mean, they were the best things to wake up to in the morning, especially on Saturday mornings. I mean, you only had like every station had their own special shows. Like I remember CBS having their own certain shows. Then it was Fox having their own shows.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Channel 11. It was a CW. What was it called? Channel 11.
WPIX.
Yeah, but it was a certain name for it. It wasn't just WPIX. It was something else.
I just knew it was Channel 11. You know, that was before
maybe it was
cable.
Channel.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, we lived in a pre-cable world, kids.
Yeah.
Some kids don't even know where cable is. They just know the streaming service and fiber optic and all that stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah. That's so crazy.
And everything is found on YouTube now. You can just go on YouTube. You want to watch this?
Everything's on YouTube. Just about.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know you were derailed, but so you had like special 90s cartoons. You grew up mainly in the 90s, so you would know like the stuff that came later, right?
Well, yeah, for me it was more of Saturday morning cartoons. But for me, I think I focused more on cartoons at night. So coming home from school, finishing up my homework as quickly as possible, whether it was correct or not. I think Rugrats was at like 7:30. That was my show, Rugrats. So I was more into like that Nickelodeon cartoon phase. Yeah, so like you have your Rugrats, you're like Hey Arnold. But yeah, that's getting into like the late 90s, into like early 2000s, I think, for some of them. Let's see what else. Like Goof Troop, Doug, like Rocko's Modern Life. Like those were like the big ones for me. Oh, my favorite of all time, Batman animated series.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it, man. I was like, you're like...
Good job. That is still one of my favorite cartoons also. It was too good.
The Justice League was good. I mean, there's great cartoons, just DC and Marvel. Marvel, you got your X-Men, Spider-Man. So a lot of great cartoons. But for me, I'm a Batman guy. So Batman animated series, when that came out, I mean, yeah, it was just like heaven. It really was.
I mean, yeah, like the popularity of that show, like, stemmed from the movie that came out like not too long before. Shouts to Michael Keaton, the Batman movie, because
Michael Keaton,
they let you know it was a direct adaptation by playing the actual music from the movie in there, and then it's sort of like piggyback off the movie, and then it just went on its own to be its own entity. But yeah, you had all sorts of cartoons coming out. They said the X-Men cartoon probably wouldn't have come out if it wasn't for Batman animated series. That's just what I heard. Due to the success of that show. Because you had pretty adult themes in these shows. It was so crazy. Like I think later on they had to come out with a TV rating system. They had to be rated TV Y14 or something, TV 14. Because they had some pretty traumatizing stuff, especially the earlier episodes of Batman. Holy crap! Like you had Two-Face, his face bit blown off and everything. You had the creation of Clayface and stuff. They're like pouring the thing down his pouring the thing down his gullet and everything.
Yeah, that was
He's just
disgusting.
literally melting and stuff. I mean, that
Yeah.
for if you're like 5 or something, that's traumatizing, you know. So they
I was with it.
rating.
I was with it. I don't know what. I was like, this is the best show ever. Like, you
Not
can
at
keep it
5.
coming. I mean, who knew? Like, you're not gonna go out there and find some chemicals and try to pour it and make toothpaste. I wasn't doing that. I didn't even think to do that. I knew this was a cartoon, and that's what it was. But it was exciting.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like especially with X-Men and stuff. And they actually make fun of this too. If you remember, whenever Jean Grey, you use her powers, you always faint, and she just she makes this sound that sounds like it sounds like she's just orgasming. She's like, like someone put a compilation on YouTube, but all the time she just went, I'm like, damn, Jean, there are kids watching.
Yeah, I never noticed any of that stuff. I never.
Don't lie.
No, I really didn't.
noticed it. Like, it was crazy. I noticed everything. It was like, I'm like, why are you making those sounds? It sounds like you're like, at the time I'd be like, it sounds like you're having sex. I mean, you don't make those noises in front of kids, but it had funny parts. They had sad parts. I mean, it was a real plot. And it was cool for kids, man. Even the adults were watching. My mom got into like the Dark Phoenix saga. My mom got into that storyline. She was like, "What happened to Jean?" I'm like, "Where am I? You watching this? Wow, that's crazy." Then you had Spider-Man that came out. That didn't grab the heartstrings as much as X-Men did. X-Men, I think, had more. It was more dramatization than I'd say Spider-Man. Spider-Man was more, Saturday. That was clearly a Saturday morning cartoon type of thing. X-Men was more like almost like a primetime drama. You just pick up every day like a soap opera with superheroes.
That's pretty much what they were.
Were better too. I mean, the drawings with the cartoons now are just.
Oh, we'll get into that, man. We'll get into that. You're jumping ahead. We'll get into that. All right. We still got to get to the stories of the 2000s, the cartoons of the 2000s. No,
the soap operas was definitely dope. Like, even that, like you said, the Batman animated, that started from, Batman's original to the Robin to the Nightwing to Batgirl to everything. Like, it's like they just continued it on, which is really what I like. Like, it's not like a break off or, separated series and you had to watch a different show. It was all like, you just had to keep tuning in, and then they kept like, okay, this is the next person, this is the next person, this is the next person. So I kind of like that. Same with X-Men. X-Men did the same thing. Like, every so often they kept keeping the storyline going, like the sagas, the Cable, bringing Cable back. Was it not the New Mutants? What's the other one?
What?
Was it when they were in the jungle?
In X-Men?
Yeah.
That was the Savage Land.
Savage Land. It was a lot. It was just like they always kept it going with
I mean, they dealt with adult themes like racism and mainly racism. Because because almost every there's always an underlying theme, but different storylines. But you still, and that's the comic idea, still dealt with hatred of mutants and stuff versus normal humans. It's always mutants versus normal humans, and then they came out with specific hate groups, and that was deliberately fashioned after real events with with racial prejudice with African Americans and the hate groups. But yeah, like you had a lot of shows that dealt with these type of themes that had to keep you engrossed and stuff, and even Disney, like with some of these shows like DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. It was at a much lower level, but you still had these cartoons that had like part 1, part 2. Like whenever you saw part one, I'm like, oh, something's gonna happen here, you know. It just kept you engrossed, and they're like, all right, what's gonna happen here? You know, why is this got a part one? You know, and they show you how they dealt with their own little conflict, but it was a much easier to take, easier level to take in for little kids, you know. But they still faced adversity and stuff. Not so much Goof Troop. Goof Troop was more like, you know, episode by episode, you know, but it's funny. It was still like underlying adult language, not adult language, but adult themes there, here and there. But yeah, Disney Afternoon was a shit, man. Like they had all sorts of stuff, man. I mean, once they started getting shows like Bonkers and stuff, they started, okay, now you're falling off. What the hell? What you doing? You know, you had Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, which started it all. You had Tailspin. Oh, yeah, Tailspin. Oh, yeah, Tailspin. You know?
Yeah, you couldn't beat that show.
That show, Darkwing Duck.
You couldn't beat it. Yeah.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck. You had, like, Disney's always been good at promoting their stuff, too. Like, they promoted all these shows before they even came out. They promoted the shit out of it. But yeah, Darkwing Duck, which was my jam. That's no secret amongst y'all. That was my jam. Because I was fashioned after Batman. I heard the history of that show actually came from one episode of DuckTales when I think Scrooge McDuck was playing this mass vigilante, and he was dressed in purple and stuff, and he was just swinging around and stuff. And they got the idea of Darkwing Duck from that, and a little bit of Batman as well. But that show became the most popular out of all of them. You know, like they had like 2 or 3 seasons or something. I don't know. And then they had Goof Troop and then all these other whack shows. But that was the shit. I remember I keep telling you guys, like I was at Kyle's one time and I would record these shows and he didn't have a working VCR and I was like, oh, that's gonna be a problem. Gonna miss my show. Yeah, so I had to go. My folks want me to go back and work, and I did that all so I could record my show. I ain't gonna miss it. Because you got a broke down piece of machinery. But man, that's how engrossed I was into the show. It was just like, I don't know, it was just an escape. It was great. That's
the great thing about cartoons is that, you know, similar to movies, I mean, you're kind of like escaping from reality. But for me, like I said, you know, just Batman animated series is just, you know, my favorite. Also because comparing it to, say, something like a Goof Troop, Batman animated series was just like, there was like a darkness to it. And I had never really seen a cartoon like that. They're all, you know, bubbly and happy-go-lucky and this and that. And then when I saw a Batman animated series, it's like, wow, this is a little darker than like other cartoons I've like watched in the past. So that's what kind of got me like hooked on it even more. Also, to the point I just like Batman. So I mean, that's another reason.
I think it's great that you had so many channels that are just competing also, because you had the Fox 5 network and you had whatever was going on with Channel 11. We had Channel 11 that mainly had like all the Disney stuff. And then Fox 5 had like all the stuff like Batman, Spider-Man, all that stuff. Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs.
Definitely, all those were definitely good.
Yeah, I think the competition actually made each entity work a little bit better to get better shows out there. And so you had numerous great choices, you know, to go from. Like they didn't have. I mean, there were some cartoons I couldn't stand, but but for the majority, the cartoons were all great. You know, even if you count Power Rangers, that came on.
Yeah, we go.
Yeah, I mean the first season anyway. You know, go Power Ranger. That was like a live action cartoon. You know, and that was something that was like a almost like a soap opera for kids too. You know, I mean it was just great choices they had. And then they had Justice League that came out later on in the 2000s. That was another, like every episode was like a 2-parter. You know, that kept you engrossed. That was another thing. That was like compelling storylines, great animation. By then, like it's all stemmed from Batman animated series. So, and then it came out with Superman and then Justice League. So gradually, you just saw the animation and the cell shading get a bit better, you know. And the musical score, you can't beat that. You know, the WB, they was gonna have great musical scores. You had Cartoon Network came out. I think
That's what it was. You just said it. WB was channel 11.
but yeah, but that came later. That was like right before the CW.
Yeah, right
It's the
before
WB11.
CW. That was like Animaniacs.
Yeah, I was talking like the 80s. The
I mean,
WB was out there in the 80s.
oh,
Like
80s? Shoot, I don't even remember what channel was 80s 80s on. I think maybe
no, 11 was WPIX. It was just the name of the station, I guess.
okay.
I just called it Channel 11. I didn't call it all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think UPN 9 tried to get into some stuff too. They used to have, I can't remember for the life of me what shows they had, but they had some stuff. They tried to get into the game a little bit. But, oh yeah, with video games blowing up also, you had Saturday morning, you had the Mario Brothers 3 cartoon. You had
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. They had two types of Sonic the Hedgehog. They had one that was a little stupid than the other, and the other one was more drama. It was weird.
Because one was a little darker than the other one. The other one, he was just worried about eating chili dogs, and the other one was a little more serious.
The latter was like more, it was poorly animated and just disengaged in just stupidity. But but the other one, the drama one, was really good actually. You know, it was good. Like, I'm telling you, man, you give compelling themes and stuff, kids are gonna watch. You know, what happened to the PSAs at the end of some shows, like, hey, don't do drugs, you, or don't play near power lines.
That was like G.I. Joe, the more you know.
Yeah,
or
the more
no,
knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
It's just like,
So the dude's gonna stop in the middle of his busy schedule as a Joe and stop Timmy from riding his bike next to that rickety bridge. Hey, Timmy, what are you doing? You shouldn't ride next to that bridge. Oh, I didn't know that. Now I know. And knowing's half the battle. See you, kids. G.I. Joe. Now, wouldn't it be funny if Cobra gave some advice? They'd be like, don't listen to those Joes. You ride next to that rickety bridge.
Yeah.
And then Timmy falls into the water. Excellent. And it says, Cobra.
Cobra.
They need some Cobra PSA.
Oh,
Come on.
That would be so funny.
You gotta see Cobra Commander be like, what are you doing your homework for?
That's what they really.
I'm trying to get
good
grades to get into college.
That's all overrated. You'll be joining Cobra anyway. Give me that homework. Now go watch TV and eat junk food.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cobra. Oh God. That'd be sick.
Yo, they really did keep up with the public service announcement. They really had us in. Yeah, they had us with that. Like, you want to walk across? I think G.I. Joe is like the most memorable. I think. I'm trying to think that the Transformers do something like that.
They did.
I don't think they did.
I think they tried. They did a few. Yeah, they did do a few of those. I don't know. They're like few and far in between. They didn't do it every episode because, these robots gonna come to. How's this robot gonna come from outer space and tell me how to live my life? Get out of here!
You started a war on my planet. You gonna tell me not to cross the street?
You gotta tell me
on the red light
and tell me I can't eat too much junk food. Fuck you! You're a robot. But I'll tell you what show was. The whole episode was a PSA. You know what show that is?
No.
Captain Planet, he's a hero.
Definitely. Yep. You're right. Captain Planet
Oh,
was definitely
God.
PSA.
Wind.
Oh my God! Yeah, the elements of Earth, wind, air, fire,
Water.
heart. You're like, what? Heart? What the fuck? Heart's an element? Yeah, because you need a fifth member.
Yeah, I started giving up. I used to love that show. Like it was perfect. There's all these like multicultural heroes coming together to save the planet. And then I got tired because they started forming Captain Planet like every second. Every second Captain Planet just had to come out. I was like, yo, get rid of this. Yeah, I can't do nothing without him. Like just do something.
Look at them. They can't fight. No, they wear those stupid vests and everything. They can't do anything. Although I think what was the name of the dude with the fire ring? I forgot his name. He had the red hair. I don't know. For sake of argument, we'll call him Chad. Chad, I knew he got from Nika, that Russian chick with the wind, with the blonde hair.
Oh, right. I know
you're talking about. You know he was hitting that. We're gonna start a fire in your pants.
Yo, he was like the comedian of the show. He was always
his name was Wheeler.
Wheeler? His name Wheeler.
Wheeler?
Okay. Your archivist.
Oh, okay.
Or he was named Wheeler. You know he wanted to get with Mika, man. Come on.
He was flirting hard with her every second.
Yeah, he got that with that Russian accent. And then finally she'll succumb to his advances. She'll be like, all right, take off your shirt.
Captain Planet X.
And then here comes little dude with the heart ring with the monkey. That's his pal. He says, "Hey guys, he walks in on them. Hey guys, we got. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh God! Oh no! That's not what you think, man." But yeah, that was back when conservation and recycling was the big thing, and you could always find Captain Planet in the stores because nobody wanted that shit. Nobody cared about it. It was like fully stocked. I actually had the Captain Planet doll, and that was fully stocked, man. Like nobody gave a shit. I mean, it was popular, but not really, not as much as the other shows. But that was a good time though. Ninja Turtles had their own PSA, but like not even when the show was running. Like they had that kid who was being offered drugs. And then the kid called him a chicken.
Oh, I'm not a chicken. You're a turkey. That way.
And then the little kid and then the guy's like, oh man, shit. And the kid just like, get out of my way. Gotta get to class.
Yeah.
And that dude, that bully was like, it looked like someone shot his puppy. Like,
yeah.
Well, damn, man. You want to offer drugs, go to the next kid. It's not that big of a deal. He's like, what, do you want to date him or something? Like, it looked like he asked him out and he said no. That's what it looked like. That's what his face looked like.
Bullying.
I'm not a chicken. You're a turkey.
Yeah, they were standing up for the bullies at that time. Like, they didn't want the kids to get bullied, so they would tell them like, yeah, you gotta stand up for yourself. In that one, I remember that.
If I call him a turkey, you get your ass whooped. Even though
at that time,
still, you called me something. And all the kids from the 90s, they're the same. They either had the little wimps had the bowl haircut, and then the bullies had their little buzz mullet type of style haircut and a leather jacket.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's not what they all look like. But yeah, like when cable came out, man, like and Cartoon Network, and you were able to see cartoons during prime time. That was like crazy to me. Like you were able to see cartoons like at 8 o'clock at night. I mean, it's not such a big deal nowadays, but like back then it was like, this is crazy. It's dark out and there's cartoons on. What? It's like a different dimension or something.
But see, I think that's also the difficulty with cartoons in general is that creating a cartoon, you almost have to kind of change with the times. So in order to grab, I think, a kid's attention nowadays is different than grabbing our attention when we were growing up. So I think that's also like the difficulty with like making a successful cartoon also is that, okay, like we live in this day and age of social media, instant gratification. We've got to grab kids' attention like now. Because if you're waiting a couple episodes, like you're just not going to have time for that. I mean, you really just, so it's interesting how cartoons, I think cartoons are worse now.
Yeah, they're terrible.
But it just, cartoons have kind of changed with the times. I mean, there's some cartoons that maybe they wouldn't be able to show nowadays. There's some cartoons that kind of push the envelope, such as like your Family Guy or like your like South Park. So it's interesting how like cartoons have changed over like the years. Like who would have thought that a cartoon would be popular about a sponge and you call it Bob? I mean, seriously, like when I first heard of SpongeBob, I'm like, this is the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. But
it is. This dude made him up when he was high.
It's so kids love it though. I mean, the popularity of SpongeBob, like seriously, it's amazing to me.
See, it's piggybacking off the old because the Nickelodeon cartoons were pretty ridiculous, but it was still funny. Like, because you had a lot of adult themes. You had Ren and Stimpy, especially Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, they couldn't show Ren and Stimpy.
Oh man,
nowadays.
you couldn't even show that in some places.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. Like it was gross.
Yeah, I thought about that with Cat Dog.
Oh yeah, Cat Dog. Yeah, Cat Dog. Yeah, Rocco's Modern Life, which is literally riddled with adult things, like getting his head stuck in the hippo's tits.
Yeah,
this is like, how dare you?
Yeah,
it was just funny, man.
But I think didn't that show come on like MTV or something? It wasn't.
Ren and Stimpy,
yeah. It wasn't on regular. Yeah, it wasn't on regular TV. You had to like. You had to have cable to watch Ren and Stimpy and all those shows.
Yeah, it was on Nickelodeon was like I think they picked them up from MTV. I'm not really sure. I have to look that up, but yeah, Nickelodeon had that was a great time for Nickelodeon. Man,
I think it was Nick at Night, maybe. Was it that? Nick at Night?
No,
maybe?
Nick at Night showed up like Mary Tyler Moore and shit like that.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, Nick at Night was like the old school, but I don't know why they picked Nickelodeon as the platform. I thought it was straight for kids, except at night, right? All right, kids, go to bed. This channel's not for you.
I love Lucy and everything.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like we didn't watch that shit. And the game shows and everything. Oh man, that was such a great show. Legends of the Hidden Temple and stuff. I mean,
oh man,
they used to like. I got like I can see how the kids get anxiety and stuff when those temple guards come out when they're going through the little obstacle course.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, because it scares me, and I'm just sitting there watching it. I'm like looking like, all right, they're going through there. They push a button. Oh, temple guard! I'm like, oh fuck.
How do you watch that nowadays? Is YouTube the only place to watch those episodes?
Yeah, and you could probably only watch clips. They did have a show
like Guts.
They did have a channel, and it was at it was at my grandpa's house. I saw it. It was called Nickelodeon Gas, and it just showed all the game shows, all the kid game shows like Double Dare and Figure It Out. Oh man, Figure It Out. Oh my God, there was this one episode of Figure It Out, right? And at the end, during the credits, they would go in the audience and ask them, hey, what's your talent and stuff, right? So they went to this one kid. They asked, hey, what's your talent? I can put my fist in my mouth. And they just cut it. They're like, no.
We're done.
Bro, it was just like that. You ever see that Oprah episode where for some they had the Ninja Turtles, like the Ninja Turtles who performed live, those puppet ones, and they had a actress portraying April, and they said they asked April if they had she had a particular favorite turtle or a crush on one of them, And then the Michelangelo said like, yeah, I mean, we're not totally against, crossbreeding here and there. Yeah, they cut to the kids. They're like, the kids are horrified. I don't know if what they said or the fact that, oh my God, they're like, they have these live turtles up here just messing around. Their lips aren't moving and everything. Oh my God. Yeah, my mom wouldn't let me watch the first Ninja Turtle movie because Raphael said a bad word in the opening credits. You remember the part like he threw his sai at the light and he never recovered it because April found it and took it. He's like, no. And then he's walking around. Damn! And my mom said, oh no, turn that shit right off. I'm like, damn.
Wow.
Is that a curse, Ma? Can't have that in the kids' movie. Even that was dark. That was a kids' show. Like they exposed us to a lot of good stuff here. We learned how to grow up real quick. Oh yeah. So my favorite cartoons from Cartoon Network came later. Dexter's Lab, as I said before, Powerpuff Girls, not the newer one. I mean the original Powerpuff Girls. Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo.
They're Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, not the trash they have now. Justice League. Cow and Chicken? That was a weird. That was a weird show.
Oh, Cow and Chicken. Oh,
yeah, Cow and Chicken.
What's the other one with the dog?
An Angry Beaver. Courage.
Courage
and Cowardly Dog. Oh man, and that was adult theme. Come on, you can't say that wasn't adult.
That was adult and it was dark, but it was actually had its funny moments. If you was like one of the psycho kids, you was definitely laughing.
Right, and if I'm missing one, guys, write in, say like, you forgot this show, idiot. But I know I'm missing. There's a whole bunch of other ones because you had this segment that came on like around 5 p.m. called Cartoon, and they showed like all the new those new shows, and they were funny, man. They were great. They weren't like try hard, I don't like try hard shows like they have today. Try hard shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
now it's harder though.
Yeah, nowadays, let's talk about nowadays. Oh boy. Today's cartoons suck. Let's talk about nowadays, all right? Like everything is a reboot. Even movies, everything's a reboot. Because that's why I say we lived in the best time for cartoons. The best. Not the 60s, not the 70s, 80s to early 2000s. The best time for cartoons. Now everybody's trying to like resurrect that. They're coming out with different forms of Transformers. Everything's like CGI'd and everything, and it's or poorly animated. I mean, these channels are like making all these decisions, like getting rid of writers and stuff. The animation is becoming worse and worse, and the storylines. There's no storylines. It's just a bunch of like they're just talking, screaming. Oh, but Gina, it's geared towards kids. I mean, well, weren't the shows we watched? The shows we watch were geared toward us also. Idiot. They're cartoons. They're for the kids. I mean, we were kids at one point. What do you think the hell we were? We were kids. We watched the better shows with PSAs, life lessons, storylines, great animation. Don't come at me with that. It's geared toward kids. We were kids. What the hell do you think we were? Motherfucker.
I don't even know what shows, cartoon shows is on. If it's not on Netflix or I wouldn't know. Like, I know they made a new Ninja Turtles for like the 18th time.
Oh,
they look cool. Yeah, they look crackheadish.
Let's talk about that for a second. Hold up, sir. I'm gonna share my screen with you for a second. All right.
Oh boy.
Let's check this out. Check this out. I queued up too. Cartoons from the 90s versus now. Okay, let's click on this one. Come on, hurry up. See my pretty face. Okay, look at Cartoon Network. The Cartoon Network then. Oh shit. What I do? What I do?
Just don't hit X. Just
Oh,
don't hit
it's
X.
logging me onto
Just
pictures. Okay. Anyway, let's look at this. Cartoon Network then versus now. Look at those empty seats. Why? Because they have shit cartoons now. What the hell is this? It's picking its nose. What?
Is
Hey,
that a rabbit?
wait.
It looks like Kirby.
If you haven't watched,
Is that
that
Kirby?
is no, that's
I don't know what the hell it's called. I'm gonna put. I think if the show is called. What is it called? I looked it up. Rise. Wait. Whoops.
Shit show.
Rise
That's what it's called.
of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's click that for a second.
oh that one.
I lost hope on this. Let's just.
But I'm trying to think of that show right there that you just pulled up. That's funny. That's actually a really good show. If you want to laugh.
Okay.
Really good.
What in the hell is this? To be a Ninja Turtle, what is this? What? Look at this. Raphael looks like a damn. He looks like what was that turtle from Secret of the Ooze? I forgot.
Oh, I know.
That's what he looks like. That's what he looks like. He looks terrible.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have sight. He has batons. Look at this. What is and who is this? Is that supposed to be Donatello?
Yeah.
And here we go. We got to make April black because we're in the woke stage. Oh, geez. Here we go. Is that Leonardo? He looks like a lizard. Oh, my God. Look at this
He
shit.
looks like he's been beat up.
What are these red marks on him? What is that? I don't know what Donatello
I have
looks
no
like.
idea.
What is this? What are these marks on him? And Raphael, and you know what? They made Raphael the leader in this one.
Did they really?
They did.
Yeah,
One
they
type of
totally-
leader looks like that.
They totally destroyed the cartoon.
They destroyed it. April. So this is what? Is she a news reporter? Is that what news reporters look like now? What
Nah,
the?
they make them. You know, they always make them into like kids now. They don't make them like the
They make them
older.
terrible. Let's look at. Okay, so we'll put in Teen Titans. Whoops, I misspelled it. Thank you. Teen Titans versus Teen Titans. I can't spell for some reason.
Go.
Let's look at that real quick, and then we'll go back to our argument. This really that really upsets me. What the fuck was that? Look at this. This on this side are the Teen Titans that we grew up with. This shit over here on the left is not Teen Titans. That is a fourth grade's rendition of Teen Titans. Yeah, it's gonna come. It'll load up. The computer is having a hard time. But look at this. Look at this. This side on the right had an actual storyline. Dark as it may be, it was interesting. It kept you engrossed. And they had their silly times, but it wasn't all the time. They like pizza and stuff, but they still saved the day, and they did what they had to do. This shit on the left, they're always fucking around singing songs. There's no storyline.
Nah.
I mean, there was an actual storyline, I think, where they were talking about Raven's legs. What? I can't deal with this. I can't do it.
Yeah, it was like a different time, man. It was like, everybody had fun, but that was.
Well, I had fun. I just spent the whole tangent of how I enjoyed myself. I was in a zen. I had fun. I bought the toys.
Yeah.
And it's a storyline.
Right.
Come on,
it was
man.
more, it was more hero action. That one is more like funny jokes and, if you could, but
all the time.
It was literally all the time. That one was so crazy. It was all the time. They had just jokes. So you know, I mean, it's a different time. It's before we were able to just watch action shows. Everything was action, fight, action, action. Good shows. Now it's more like funny, 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 funny. You know, they don't really have any like really good action shows.
Bro, see, I think that it's gonna create a whole population of soft people who will be like, "Oh my God, man, see this on TV?" Ah! When they don't get to see those dark, because see the dark parts of the cartoons of our time prepared us to deal with the issues of today. You know, because we knew of the existence of these dark themes. If you shield these kids of today from these dark themes and show that everything is ha 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 ha, we eating pizza and frolicking in the city and stuff, and no conflict, there's no bad guys, no darkness. When they finally encounter that in let's say movies or a show or real life, they'd be like, oh, they're gonna be deconditioned. You know?
Yeah, you're
Unless
right.
you watch anime, which we talked about before.
Yeah.
Because anime
That's
is
like
always
the new cartoon now. That's the new cartoon.
Yeah, that's why we got. That's why anime has risen above conventional Western cartoons, because Western cartoons suck. They're terrible.
Yeah. I mean, everybody wants that, you know, when you're not giving them what they want, which is like some, you know, a little more action, some dark, some education. It's like all you're giving is comedy, comedy, comedy. You're not gonna get too many people watching it. So
let me share my screen again with you. Where is it? Share the screen. Share the goddamn screen. Okay. Not even the damn computer can stand it. Oh, the computer's so. Okay. We're gonna put Thundercats versus the atrocious Thundercats Roar. Now I can.
Oh, that show actually came out?
It came out for a short time, grand opening, grand closing. They canceled that shit.
Oh, good.
Why? Because it's trash. Now look at this. Will you? It's Thundercats we grew up with. Thunder, thunder, thunder. Even the one that came out later on. Let's scroll down a bit. Even this was great. The Thundercats that came out. In fact, here.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, there was a Thundercats reboot that came out, which was great animation. You know, a little better animation. The storyline changed a bit, but it's still acceptable. So this is the one we grew up with. And this is the one that came out next. What the fuck is this? Down here. What is that? What the fuck is that? Seriously, what is this? Whose bright idea was that? Let's make it a comedy. Look at this. This is terrible. Look at this shit.
Yeah, that is really bad.
No effort. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Absolutely zero effort put behind them. Yeah. That looks like epic shit. I can't deal with this.
I mean, you're right. It's horrible. You know, after you see all three, like you had the 80s Lionel's looking like he's buffed out, he's ready for war, he's ready to take on the enemies and everything. Then you go to like the 2000 version, and that one is pretty okay. You know, you can tell that's like, you know, right there, good kind of okay storyline. Wasn't all the amazing, and then straight to a Teen Titans Go kind of thing. Nobody wants to see that. Like, you destroyed the whole thing. You know. I'm happy. If it's gone, I'm happy it's gone, because I didn't even check it out yet.
It's gone. It you know, before it could even get any traction, they wiped it off the air from the poor reviews. And thank God there's some justice in the world. There is a God, actually. there is a God. That stupid show that didn't even lift off the ground. I was like, I know they're not going to show this. I know this is just a promo for the sake of putting it out there. I know they're not going to establish this as an actual show. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Hey, you made it this far? Well, you might as well subscribe. Come on, you know you want to.
So bad. So bad. Oh, you know what? I just want to. You know what show I was watching the other day? The Mighty Ducks. The animated one.
The hockey, the one with the actual ducks, like the hockey duck.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was actually pretty good. I was I think it was before its time.
Oh yeah, a lot of shows we watched were before its time.
Yeah.
But people
I
actually
don't know
put
why
some
they-
intelligence behind it.
Huh?
Because people actually put some intelligence behind it.
Yeah,
Here
that one was
come the
like
Mighty Ducks. Is that one?
that
Yeah.
one. That was actually pretty good. I don't know how I stumbled onto it, but I was just watching it. I was like, oh, why nobody's talking about this? No one talks about this show. There's a couple shows that's there. Gargoyles.
Oh yeah.
Nobody-
We were just talking about that last night. Gargoyles.
Yeah, Gargoyles is pretty cool. And I love them. And I didn't realize it. Like they named them all after like certain boroughs and streets in New York
just
and
find
stuff
that
like
out.
that. I mean, I understood it
Brooklyn.
at the time, but like it didn't really I really didn't catch on until like now. I'm like, oh shoot, like all right, I'm out here looking for a name. Let me name myself Brooklyn.
I
Let me name
mean,
myself Lexington.
yeah, and the dude's name is there one named Queens.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I know the dog was like Bronx or something. The
Yeah,
Bronx.
I thought they would name the girl Queens, but no, her name's Demona.
Right, Demona. And then Goliath. He's the only one that had
Yeah, Goliath.
another regular
People with the
name.
legendary names don't change them.
Broadway.
Broadway, yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So that was a pretty good show too. Like a really good series.
I actually wanted to cosplay one of those Goliath robots. You remember those? Was that
Mm,
the dude's name was Xanatos?
yeah.
He used all these robots to like I guess capture Goliath or stand up to Goliath. I don't know what his intention was, to be honest.
No, I like the fact that they were like, they knew they had to get home. That light came up, they were done. So wherever fighting they were doing, they were like, oh, I see sunlight. Let's go. Let's find a roof. Wherever we end up. Like, can you imagine waking up every morning, you see this big old
Well, you're at your most
gargoyle
vulnerable
standing
state. His clan
I know.
was the army I think waited until sunrise, and then they were like they attacked that castle, and then they went up
Yeah.
and bashed the stone gargoyles or something.
Now you can't tell me that wasn't treachery right there. Like you had you was protecting this place. Everybody knew it.
That is adult themes.
Yep. That was straight treacherous. Like I'm saving you at night. You save me during the day. You dip on me in the night, and all my people who have to die. Oh, heck, no.
That's right. So you see all these people, he, they're celebrating, or they're saying, hey, my friend, my fellow gargoyle and stuff. You develop a relationship, rapport, and then you find out that later on that they get killed in their most vulnerable state. That's like dirty. That's dirty. You're literally killing a dude in his sleep, and you're showing that to kids.
Exactly.
Disney's showing that to kids.
Yep.
That's compelling stories. That's what we do. That's what kids need, damn it. That's a Thundercats roar. The hell is that? Kids need to be traumatized.
That's
how they get. That's how they grow
It
up.
was traumatizing, but you didn't know it was traumatizing at the time. You didn't know. You was just like, what's the next episode? What's
No,
going
you
to
don't know
happen?
it's traumatization. But you're still like exposed to it. You're conditioned to it. Okay. It happened in a cartoon, so it's not so bad. That sounds terrible.
No. Those are real life things. You look back now, like I said, you look back at it now, you're like, they were wrong. That was wrong. I would have killed everybody. Yo, Goliath did everything right. I'm finding your family because you let my family die.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was real. What's the other ones?
Shit.
Matt, what you got, Matt?
Yeah, man, you've been silent there.
I have a couple questions.
All right.
What would you guys say is your favorite all-time cartoon? And if you have a favorite episode from any cartoon, what would you say that is?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's a hard question. I can say mine. My favorite cartoon was obviously Batman animated series. But one of my favorite episodes was actually from the X-Men cartoon. I forgot the guy's name, but Garnet, you'll know. What it had Wolverine was in it, Sabretooth. I'm trying to think when the machine comes out of the ground, and they're going
Sentinels.
they're all going through their memories.
Oh, the one where he goes to Canada and they fight that Talos robot.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite cartoon episodes.
No, that's not your favorite. You only like it because you're made fun of the voice actor, the way he sounds. That doesn't make it your favorite. If you like to watch that, well, no, that's a stupid reason. Come on, your favorite.
I'll tell you my least favorite. I'll let you guys say your favorites first.
I mean, I don't know what my favorite is because I liked all of them, to be honest. But I have a favorite out of the shows like X-Men. My favorite was I just had it too. I think the most epic one was the season finale for the first season when they were fighting the Sentinels, all the X-Men. Like,
yeah,
it's cool how they have their format. They have an overseeing theme, like a main bad guy that they're addressing throughout the whole season, but they had their own individual sub challenges along under as the season progresses. Like the main theme of the first season were the Sentinels, they're attacking and stuff, but then you have Wolverine, who's he's mad about Jean rejecting him and stuff, and he goes off and to the Arctic to like cool off, and then and then you have his issues with Sabretooth, and then all of a sudden you forget that you almost forget that they're fighting the Sentinels, they're fighting all this mutant intolerance and stuff. So the first episode, and it happened like with season 1 and 2. The first episode always deals with the main issue of the season, and then you get off to all the individual little stories, and then toward the end you circle right back to the main issue of the season. So in the first season it was the Sentinels. The second season was Mr. Sinister, and the third season I think was the Phoenix. So I think my favorite episode though may have been the last episode of the first season, because they all came together. Even Magneto helped them out, like fighting the Sentinels and stuff. And then you just hear that epic music, dun, 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 na, 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 and like it gets you hyped. And that's the one thing, you have to have good music too. It raises the emotion that gets you involved in the story and stuff. So like everybody came together. It was a suicide mission, but they're gonna take the fight to the Sentinels, and they all came together. It didn't fully solve the whole issue because there's season 2, there's season 3, and all that stuff. But it's a win. Despite all the adversity they faced, all those episodes, they come out with the win because they came together as a team and great. It's a great lesson, you know. It's a great story. But as far
I
as
mostly remember with Professor X and Cerebro. Every time he
that was always guaranteed.
Every time he put the Cerebro. All right, here we go.
But it was a great show, man. Like
now.
It was a great show. Shouts to the voice actor for Cyclops. He passed away like a year ago, I think. But it was a great show. They had great voice acting, despite it being funny. They had great voice actors, a great musical score. I mean, that's why the show is successful. You know.
They also had the Master of Magnet.
Oh my god.
Oh right.
I still want that arcade box, the X-Men arcade.
Oh, I would definitely buy that. Yeah,
That's what they didn't give a shit about. Like they didn't know shit about X-Men. They said Wolverine's mutant power. They just gave him he just slashed the air real fast and create laser beams.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
And it takes away from your life too. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Cyclops is like, he's exploding with power from his eyes. And you mean to tell me it has a limit? Get out of here. It does not have a limit. He has trouble controlling that shit. That's an endless well of energy coming out of his eyes. Give me a break. And then Colossus he just screams real loud.
Yeah.
So Ron, what would you say your favorite is? Your favorite show or favorite episode if you have one?
Oh man, I don't even know like where to start. Favorite show. I'm with G. Like I got too many shows that I love to watch. I can't like as far as cartoons. Like some old school Voltron maybe, but I don't have a favorite episode. Like a favorite episode. Like every episode, every show had like something. So, matter of fact, it might have been like Transformers because I always I started to like Starscream because he's such a terrible friend. Terrible. Not like I wouldn't even call him a friend. He was just so disrespectful, and he was like,
well, he's treacherous.
Just straight treacherous. He always try to as soon as like I was saying before, Megatron takes a hit, he's like, oh, I'm stepping in. I don't care. Yeah, I'm in here. I'm trying. And he made me laugh. And he always had the craziest joke. He was just so disrespectful. Like as a second in command, he was just so disrespectful. And every day, you could tell Megatron wanted to blast him into space or something. So he was the comedian to me. So I guess it would have been any Starscream joke that he would try to throw on Megatron was pretty much, for me.
He finally got blasted in the movie, if you remember.
Yeah.
But I think Starscream was good at one point. Do you remember when when that episode when Skyfire came out a long time ago in G1? And he described that they were both scientists or something. They were exploring the galaxy. And I guess Starscream kind of lost his way when he joined the Decepticon fleet.
He got greedy with the power. He didn't really want power. He was more of a scientist, and then it was a do or die moment. Hey, I can do this, and this is what I can do. And they're like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I could be the second to you. I'll give you all the great ideas. So, yeah, he was actually good at one time. He really wasn't. And then, later on, he ends up following the comics and animes and all the other ones that he comes out. He starts to become good. He starts to become that good guy in some of the shows. So he's a little up and down with it.
Yeah, I also like Beast Wars. That doesn't show too much, but it was.
I like Megatron Beast Wars. So.
Oh yeah, Megatron. Yeah, the Megatron. I'm talking about the Beast Wars from back in the day, like 1990s or something. Like I'm not talking about the stuff that came out recently. But yeah, it was. I think I was waiting for the bus or something, and then because it was early, I had to go to school early, and I turned on the TV, watch what's going on with the cartoons. Off topic. Also, there was a weird cartoon called Mummies Alive, where these people had Pharaoh.
That was good. That
Like,
was good.
I'm
Where
like,
are
what
you
the hell is
finding
this
You must
show?
be on the internet. I'm thinking off the top of my head. You must be on the internet.
I'm not on the internet. I swear to God, I am not on the internet. That came on right before Beast Wars because I was like, what the hell is this shit? And I'm gonna watch my Beast Wars. And that came on like right before because I remember they changed the time slot. They used to show Beast Wars at like 6 o'clock, and then they was changed to 6:30. And I'm like, well, my bus comes at 6:50 something. So I had to because I was like videotaping it and stuff, to make a compilation thing because I needed to binge watch. See, I created the binge watching thing before binge watching was popular. All right, I feel uncredited for that. But anyway, so I was like flipping through channels early on, and then I saw like all these animals just talking. It was CGI. It looked like that show Reboot. Oh, that's another one, Reboot. Yeah. But anyway, they were all talking. It was CGI'd, and I saw this T-Rex, this purple T-Rex, like talking and stuff. And then I saw one of the robots just turn. I didn't know it was a robot actually. I saw the animals. I think it was Cheetor or something, and he turned into a robot. And I'm like, is this Transformers? And then I remember they made Beast Wars toys. They had the Beast Wars commercials. I was like, oh, they made a show out of this. And I'm like, shit, I gotta watch this, because of CGI. We didn't have many CGI shows out there other than Toy Story. So that's how I got into Beast Wars. And then, I love the voice acting there. Like Megatron's voice acting was great. You always say, yes. I love that shit. I love that shit,
He had the little
little T-Rex arms, yeah. Reboot was a great show also. That was CGI. That was one of the first, I don't know if it came out before Toy Story or after, but it was one of the first.
Way before Toy Story even existed.
Okay. That came out, and I don't think Matt liked that show either, but it was a great concept though, because you had these people living in a computer, and it was always say, warning, incoming game. And they had to play these game sprites and beat the user. So the game because with the game were to leave and the user wins, the whole area where the game was is destroyed. That's such a crazy concept. And you had this guy named Bob from the web or whatever, and he's a guardian. And it was the way it was animated was so crazy. That was before its time, man. Because there's these little subtle things that made it funny. These subtle things that you would catch. And there was one episode they imitated Power Rangers. They got this robot, and then to fight this monster made of things called nulls. They look like little wormy things, and they formed this giant robot. And then he was about to smash this one building, and and Bob was like, "Smash my apartment? I don't think so." And he had hexadecimal. You remember hexadecimal?
Yeah, I remember hexadecimal.
He had the multi faces, like the lips didn't move, but she had like.
Right. They never showed her face. They just showed her face. She would talk, but just emotions. If she was mad, it's like the angry face. If she was sad.
Or she was like on attack mode. She would have this like this big frown, this huge Joker smile with sharp teeth, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, they had some different villains in there.
Oh,
it
man.
did.
And Megabyte, he was the main bad guy. He was a virus that was on a little island.
He had like the slick hair and the big old
the big jaw.
big jaw, yeah.
and he had this voice that was just like crazy. Like I know that voice actor's been on a lot of stuff, but he had this like eeriness. He was so like calm in the way he spoke, but when he fights, he's like so quick. You know, he would have these claws like, and he was like, and they had a whole season I didn't even know about. Like the little boy grows up and he loses his eye, and he like converts it to some sort of targeting mechanism or his little gun, and he turns into like this mercenary. It was crazy.
Oh yeah. I think it was like this is when like pretty much everybody started leaving, like falling off from it. They had it where the user won.
Yeah.
And everything started like blowing up, and things like it was started disappearing. So then that's what happened, and he came back as like the new Bob. He was the Guardian now. So
well, he was the Guardian before. Like the problem was like they were getting attacked by, I guess, the web or something somehow, and Megabyte betrayed Bob and sent him off into the web, and then it left the city unprotected except for Enzo. That was his name, Enzo. And he like Bob before he got shot off made him a Guardian with a little thing, the little wrist thing, and I guess he was the only one who could be a Guardian. And then like you said, like he was in one game that he couldn't win, and they made it so they just get sucked up with the game, because or else they would die.
Right. Yeah, he looked like an old Terminator. No, he looked like an old man, a young Mad Max. That's what it was.
Yeah, he had like all the beard and everything, got muscles and stuff, a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. Yeah. And he just turned into this freaking killer. Oh, that was great though. That was a cool show. They just don't make shows like that anymore, man. It's all reboots and stuff. All reboots. Reboot.
So what would you say your least favorite cartoon is, or was?
Well, I'll just dismiss all these terrible shows now, but my least favorite show had to be. I had a lot of shows I just avoided. So ones I avoided was I avoided Bonkers, because that to me was try hard. I mean, there were some episodes that were funny, but I tried it out, but then I got really bored.
Yeah, Bonkers was bad.
And
I don't even remember Bonkers. I never even seen it.
That's how great it was.
We forgot to mention Doug. Doug was a good one. I love Doug.
Yeah, Pokemon I didn't like either. I already stated that, but damn. Let's see, Nickelodeon, the shows that I avoided. I liked Doug. Doug was cool. But there was one show I just was like, I don't want to watch this. And I forgot what it was. I didn't like Double Dare. For some reason, I just didn't like Double Dare. I don't know. It'll come to me. But those are some of the least favorites that I just avoided.
I got one. This might upset some people, but I was on. It used to air on the Disney Channel, Garnett. The Proud Family.
You're gonna have to be.
I didn't even think of Disney Channel.
You can put that in with Bebe's Kids. I know Bebe's Kids is a classic, but that and the Proud Family, it's just. Come on! You're gonna have
Beyonce. The Beehive is gonna come for you.
I'm telling you. I said I know
they're gonna come for you, man.
No, I mean,
they're gonna upset. But the Proud Family, it was a racist show. I'm sorry, the show was racist. The dad was a doofus. The mother was this black masculine woman. I mean, it's so stereotypical. It's just a terrible show.
Yeah, I get.
It's different. It's different from like the Boondock Saints. The Boondock Saints is the spin on the like black stereotypes. That's done like with
Boondock Saints. Boondock Saints.
Yeah, the Boondock Saints is something else.
I'm thinking about the movie, but yeah, the boot like that was actually done with like intelligence, where the
What was
Proud Family. What?
It was intentional to be stereotypical.
Exactly. The Proud Family. Well, I mean, you could argue that was intentional too, but it was just a racist show. I mean, you get every second they're saying "yay, yay." I mean, come on, it's just a racist show.
I think it's a lot of pandering to a certain group, if you ask me. Like pandering to the stereotypes you find in like almost every show that involves Black people. You know, it was more like, we got to have a intro or little musical interludes that had nothing but hip hop and everything. You had kids dressed in baggy jeans and everything. I guess they were trying to be relatable, and they knew who their target audience was. So, and come on, this is Disney. Come on, if you're expecting like for them to take the high ground, no, they ain't gonna take the high ground. They're gonna portray Black people in the same thing. Like we're talking about, we gotta have an issue, talk about race. We gotta have this issue. We gotta have hip hop and all that stuff.
You got the grandma's
It's not a lot of like shows that just portray, the people are Black, but it's not adhering to all the expected stereotypes that they put out. That they have a dude who walks in with baggy jeans, be like, "Yo, what's good?" and that stuff. It's like they have a normal. There's not a lot of shows that have like they'll have a normal family dynamic. We're just like, for example, I know we're talking about cartoons, but for example, Family Matters was a perfect show because it wasn't just racial this, racial that. It was a normal show with Black people, an all Black cast. It was normal. Not like we can meet the Browns and all that stuff, we gonna. No, it was normal. It was a normalized show. It just had Black people.
And it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny too. It's one of the most popular shows out there.
You know what's so funny? They don't play it like that. You don't see it on TV.
Yeah.
Like the only shows you'll see is like Martin or Fresh Prince. Like on a regular, Martin or Fresh Prince. There's like they completely got, broke out of Family Matters, which I loved it. Grew up when it was at TGIF.
TGIF, yeah. Like it was one of the best shows out there. Like Urkel saved the damn show, actually. I guess and that's the sad part because you got to have a Black dude acting stupid to save a show that's relatively good, and it has so it's basically you're putting, and I know we're getting off topic, but you're placing a dynamic, you're placing us into a box that we have to be this or that, or we be unsuccessful. We have to, adhere to all the different hip hop, urban-esque stereotypes that we're given as Black folk in order to be successful. We can't just be a normal family in the suburbs or whatever. No, doesn't work. People aren't interested in that. We gotta be. We gotta talk with slang. We gotta swear. We gotta say "damn." We gotta say all that. We gotta do all that stuff in order to be taken seriously.
Just can't be normal. You can't be normal at all.
We gotta speak with jive. We gotta head to the barbershop. Be like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" We gotta say, "Yay!"
Oh my God! The interesting thing too is that the Proud Family, it aired on Disney, which we all know, but in 2008, I think it originally came out 2001, but in 2008 it actually aired on BET for a little bit as well.
Oh, that's not any better.
But it's just the characters. The dad is a buffoon. He has no idea what's going on. The grandmother, her name is Sugar Mama. She's only concerned with sitting at home and making sweet potato pie, and it just it makes me think back to that episode 2 of the episode 2 of The Office, when Michael Scott says, "Oh, I wish we all could have brought in some food," made some some. I can't say without laughing. I wish you could have made some colored greens. Stanley says they're collard greens. He's like, no, that's
colored greens.
It just makes me think back to that. Yeah, I wish you could have, sat over, had some colored greens. They're collard greens.
The reason it's funny is because it's totally self-aware. They know they're being stereotypical and offensive. But the reason you hate Proud Family is because every aspect of the show is emphasis on the color and ethnicity of the characters. Everything. Yeah. The Proud Family. Come on, Sugar Mama. Yeah. Who the hell's grandmother's name Sugar Mama?
There's somebody out there. There's always one.
Look. If this is supposed to represent us, this is not a great representation, And I know that, hey, they're pandering, and I know it's a show, and it's supposed to be entertaining, but they're just pumping that stuff into your mind that, hey, you're black is a black show, you should like it.
That's true.
Yep.
That's what they're saying. So that's why I like all the fantasy shows like Batman and stuff. And yeah, it doesn't appeal to us, that certain audience that, hey, this is not relatable to me, so therefore I'm going to reject it, which is foolish, because you're just being closed-minded. But something like The Proud Family, hey, I can relate to that. I'm going to watch it. And that's the only thing I'm going to watch because I can relate to it. You don't necessarily have to watch a show just because you relate to it. Who the hell can relate to Thundercats? When's the last time you see a Thundercat walking around here? You just watch the show because it's a good show. There's no emphasis on. That's why certain cartoons were an escape. It helped you kind of forget the problems and everything. Sure, it's going to come up every now and then, but it comes up in a different way because that's that world. You're not bringing our world into here. Like I see our world enough, without having to see it here on the screen. So this screen is supposed to be an escape. So yeah, I'm gonna watch X-Men, which it delves into it's implied that it talks about race and stuff, but it's still its own story. It's still happening to the mutants and not to me, and I can relate to it that way. Maybe I don't know, but I could watch Super Mario Bros. I could watch these robots. I could watch G.I. Joe, She-Ra. Oh shit! Speaking of which, the She-Ra reboot was terrible. Also, I could watch Rocko's Modern Life and just laugh at silly stuff. I mean, it's an escape. Even the damn terrible cartoons of today provide an escape for these kids. So yeah, I agree with Matt that I don't particularly like cartoons like that just pander that you gotta, since we're black, we gotta act black. We gotta be in black situations. It just separates. It causes more of that divisive thinking. That's what I don't like. This encourages that stuff. That's all. That's my tangent.
I never really watched it. I never really watched Proud Family. Like I probably got into maybe one episode, but I wasn't into it, so I can't even comment and tell you if it was good or bad or whatever it was.
I didn't watch it either. I just watched promos.
Yeah, that wasn't. But my worst, the show I didn't like was the Sonic the Hedgehog, the comedian, the funny one. That wasn't.
Oh. He hated that one.
That wasn't the one. No, that wasn't
you didn't
it for me.
Going around eating chili dogs and
No. I was good. I mean, and then of course, shout out like Jaleel White from Family Matters. Urkel was the Sonic the Hedgehog voice for I think all of them. I believe all of them. But I know the first one definitely was.
It turned out to be good.
Yeah, so I mean, that man had money coming without even knowing. Like nobody knew. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that one when it was the comedian, that was not my favorite. I would turn it off just because it was. Now I would look for the old the first one, the more action one, before I would look for that. So that one was the one that sucked to me. I don't think I'm trying to think of what other ones was really, really bad. I don't have too many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty, for the most part, liberal with the cartoons that I watch. But if it's, the not, except today, like the cartoons they're showing on Cartoon Network today are just so cringeworthy. It's like, I don't know what's going on, who's making decisions here. And then next thing you know, like, okay, we're going to try and reboot what was made before, but we're going to put our own little spin on it. It's still a terrible cartoon. It doesn't matter if you have like the best cartoon of yesteryear. If you apply the stupid ideas you have today, it fucks it up.
Right.
Take, for example, Rise of the Ninja Turtles. What the hell was that? Thundercats Roar. These are all based off of old ideas, but you're putting all these new ideas that suck.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's my 2 cents. 4 cents, if you will.
Yeah, most of the reboots are not good. The only reboot I will give like real credit to was the Voltron reboot on Netflix. That was a good reboot. I can actually watch that movie like 3 or 4 times. I know I've actually watched it about 3 or 4 times already, like beginning to end. So I would watch that again as a reboot. The He-Man reboot, that's like a hit or miss because a lot of people, you have to actually grow up in that era of the 80s or 90s when He-Man was alive to know what He-Man actually went through in order to get to this one that they just came out. So, matter of fact, I think they had like another reboot of He-Man.
Actually. They did. They had and the theme song, like they started the theme song, but then they didn't. It didn't adhere to the old school one. Like they just had an action sequence, and then that was the theme song.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that one. I think that came out a little before the Thundercats one.
Yeah. So that I remember it. It wasn't too bad, but like I think that died off. Like I don't even think they tried to finish it off. I think it just died off. So what's another? You know what? Honestly, I want to see a reboot of Silverhawks. I mean, I feel like that show did not make it anywhere. Like I seen maybe first season, and then they did something, and then they just died it off. Like they didn't even continue with that one. But I was hoping to see that, and hopefully Netflix is listening, and somebody must have put it in their ear, and hopefully they make that. That would be good.
Well, don't remake it as Silverhawks soar and make them look like these bug-eyed, whatever the hell.
Oh no.
Wings and stuff, and they're like getting into stupid antics, like like what? Why? Why do it? Are you that lazy? Like why? Get myself riled up. Yeah.
All right, Matt. What's your top 3 favorites all time?
Batman animated series. Doug. I'll say Goof Troop. Like I like Goof Troop a lot, especially when they came out with Goof Troop movie as well. Yeah, I did like Goof Troop a lot. But I gotta say again, that Proud Family was the worst show ever made. Sorry, that's it.
You definitely gotta make sure everybody knows.
God, Proud Family was the worst show. The worst. I'm telling you.
What about the Christmas special?
No, the worst. Same thing with I know Baby's Kids is a classic, but the worst.
When the guy came out and said Feliz Navidad.
Oh my god.
Oh god. That always triggers them.
Gee, what you got? What's your 3?
That's a hard one actually, because I like them all, but I'd say Darkwing Duck was like one of my top favorites. That's no secret. I mean, if it causes me to cut a visit short, there's got to be something something to that. I do like Justice League also. That's the easy one. That's a given. And I want a comedic one too. I would say Rocko's Modern Life. Like that's the old school type, not the one that was remade. The old school Rocko's Modern Life. That was always a feel good show. Like you have for me to watch if I want to laugh my ass off or something. Oh, the least favorite also. It had to be Pokemon. Pokemon, Digimon. I avoided like the plague. I can't. There's not another one that comes to mind. I mean, I avoided a lot of cartoons, but there's not one that comes to mind that I just detested. Other than those shows.
And again, that Proud Family was the worst cartoon. All right, that's all I just wanted to get in there. The worst. I can't say it enough. Gee, you know how much I hated that cartoon growing up. The worst.
If you ever get tortured, they know what to do.
They're gonna just play show you now.
A straight marathon of the Proud Family, right? They know now.
Zero commercials.
We're gonna get canceled once the Beehive hears about this, man. Beyonce was like, I think she was Proud Girl. Kim Proud. I don't even know her name. Kim Proud. What was the girl's name?
I don't even know. I just know in fact, I remember one episode specifically, the episode called Culture Shock. And like the girl was pretending to be like live with some Muslim family, and the Muslim guy was talking like he worked at the Quickie Mart or something. It was just such a such a racist show. It's horrible.
That's so racist.
That's all I'm gonna say about the Proud Family. Just like terrible.
Oh man.
How about you, Ron?
All right. So if I was going with like a comedian, like I was thinking of Tiny Toons Adventures.
Oh, okay.
That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it was.
And Animaniacs. Which one?
Plucky Duck.
Plucky Duck was funny when he was a baby and that water go down the hall. I think everybody was on that.
Oh man, that was funny.
Yeah, that was actually a good show. That was canceled too soon. I don't even know. I think we had it. Was it Tiny Toons Adventures?
I forgot. You know what? I forgot other shows. No, but continue. Go ahead.
Let me see. Of course, trying to think of what other shows that's my top. I'm gonna say of course Transformers. That's a given. And Tailspin. Tailspin was good to me. I mean, not like a yellow airplane that keeps breaking down every 10 minutes,
Yeah.
Oh, and the kid, because he had I think his name was Kid or something.
Kid Cloud Kicker.
Yes, and he had that little frisbee air riding thing, and he just used to jump out of the plane.
Yeah, that was gangster, man. He just in the theme song, he just like flipped it up, poof.
And like no parachute, no nothing.
No parachute,
just
man.
Just out of the plane.
Me and my weight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Shere Khan, he was like this big time billionaire guy. I guess he owned the city of what the hell? What's the sequel? Cape Suzette. Yeah.
That was wasn't he an eye?
He was like a rich dude. Shere Khan. He was the tiger.
Oh, Shere Khan, yes. That's what I do like about it. And then Louis was like,
yeah, Louis. He was like he owned the cabin. Oh, just my favorite episodes when they were competing for those air air fuel pump places. They were like had these fuel pump stations in the air, and they're competing.
Yeah.
That was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, you couldn't make that show up. It was actually pretty thought
Yeah,
out.
Don Carnage.
Don Carnage.
Don
Yeah,
Carnage.
because you didn't know, they took the regular Jungle Book and made them all
I
everybody.
know
a
that
character.
was crazy. That's intelligent thinking.
Yeah.
That was good. I'm surprised they didn't have a panther as one of the characters though.
He might be there. We probably don't even know. I mean,
I doubt it. I never saw him.
I think Panther.
Imagine
Panther had to be there.
Imagine Mowgli walks up in there, be like, "Hey, I need this delivered. Hey, Baloo, what's good?" He's like,
He's the co-pilot.
Hey, no humans in this world, get out of here.
Yeah.
Just turn into a bear like. Like you remember me, Baloo?
Just goes back.
They'll revert to their animal instinct. Oh, sorry, that comes out. I didn't know where that came from.
Yeah.
I think we're forgetting a few minor mentions. The one show there was one show, Matt, I forgot I would avoid also was Eek the Cat. I hated that show. God, it was so stupid.
Oh man, I gotta look that up. I haven't seen that in forever.
He looked like Garfield, but he got covered in grape jelly or something. He's like a purple cat.
Oh, yeah. You forgot Garfield. Garfield is another one of your favorites for cartoons.
Yeah, Garfield was good. Yeah, but it was. I mean, it wasn't like it was. It was cool. It was funny. What else? The Tick.
Oh man.
And they still try to make like different versions of the Tick.
No, they failed. Don't do it.
Yeah, I know. The animated was the best one.
The animated one was like Matt. Your favorite episodes with the dolphin.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah, that is true. No, but my other character when Ron said Looney Tunes was the rooster. What was his name? Foghorn Leghorn, I think his name was.
Oh, yeah, but you're talking about you're thinking about that regular Looney Tunes though.
But whenever I think there's always a scene where it's like a dog barking like and he says shut up. Like,
yeah.
No, you just walk around singing that song. Oh, doggy, you're gonna get your lumps. Oh, doggy. And he just take a 2x4. And he did the dog sleeping with his butt out, and he pulls the dog's tail up and just smacks him in his ass, and then runs.
You can't play those nowadays.
Yeah, you could. No, you couldn't do it. And that Tasmania, that was underrated. Come to Tasmania. Come to Tasmania. That was at these funny parts.
Yeah, Tasmania was actually pretty good. That was along with the Animaniacs, kind of funny.
Yeah. Animaniacs I didn't really get into as much as, well, I'm like, I actually like the Good Feathers. That they call them Good Feathers.
Yeah.
Those three pigeons. That was funny. That was like that was my favorite segment. The Animaniacs, Wacko, Yakko, and Dot, they didn't really make me laugh that much. It was the other characters that were funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I got. I think we covered all the cartoons, right?
No, you're right. The Finn was one of
the Quackback. That's another Disney one. That came on Disney Afternoon real late. That's with Donald Duck. And his nephew's grown up. And they actually have like legible, have voices that you can understand. You still can't understand Donald, but it was
when they were growing up.
It was funny when they were teenagers, and then they didn't want to clean their room, and then they got these superpowers so they could be strong enough to stand up to their uncle, and then Donald got the same treatment, but he turned into a villain, and he's like, "The duck after." And then he took a and then so the three nephews were loafing around and just like chilling, and the Duck of Doom took the moon. He put a post-it. He wrote something on a post-it note and slapped it on the moon and threw it at the house. And then they read the post-it note, said, "Clean your room." No, we're never clean our room. And then you had Daisy Duck. He's like, "The Duck of Doom, formerly my boyfriend, has issued a challenge to the three heroes." Oh, that show was funny. That show was funny.
Oh man.
Like they really outdid themselves. I was dying at that thing. I think that came out after Goof Troop, I think. So they got a little bit more funny writing, which is good.
Shout out to Goof Troop. Goof Troop was really good. Goof Troop was really good too. That was when nobody would ever expect Goofy to have a son, and then like
I'm like, who did he fuck? Like,
yeah, it was just like what? And they don't have the wife, they don't have the mother. He's just like the single dad.
Was it in Metro or something, or was it a test tube or cloning? I don't know.
I mean, at that time you could get away with it because nobody cared.
But the thing is, like, that question was asked because you see Pete, who obviously he has a wife, and okay, it makes sense that they had children that look like them. But Goofy's he's a single parent. Okay, where's the mom?
They never got into it. They never got into it.
Yeah.
At least I don't think they did. Maybe that was like one of your favorite shows. So I don't know.
I
maybe
do a deep dive at 12 years old. Looking up
No, but sometimes it comes up in the episode though.
It's not like you can just
sometimes
Google
they'll
it.
come up.
In fact,
I'm telling you, Disney tried to play with your head as a child. They didn't know what.
They had a Goof Troop video game for Super Nintendo.
Who is Max Goof's mom?
I didn't even know that. I had no idea they had a Goof Troop. I remember the movie because I watched it again. I watched it the first time and I never watched it again. And then I started watching it. I saw it again. It was actually pretty good. Really good.
So according to this, they asked who's Goof's mom, Max Goof's mom. Goofy's unnamed wife has appeared, but always her face unseen in 1950s produced cartoon shorts depicting the character as a family man. And Goofy's wife dies later on, and Goofy states to his son Max in Goof Troop, she's up there in the stars. So his modern day appearances portray Goofy as a widower. But this is a little, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, somebody made it.
Okay. I don't know. I have no clue.
I mean, come on, Disney. Don't do this to us. You got to give us, we need facts.
See, look, here's another. There's someone there reading the paper. Now, if that was made in the 50s, no. I'm sorry. Heels. And look, they hide their face again. Look, come on, man.
See, if
that was the 1950s,
that's not factual.
They would not be sitting there reading the paper.
And then the show comes out in the 90s. Like, come on. Right?
Well, they're these guys are ageless, man. Come on.
I mean, just give it away. At least if you're gonna take it away.
I mean, I think there were some episodes where they tried to set him up with somebody, but it didn't work out because he was too goofy. What can I say? But yeah, Goofy hit it. He hit it.
Yeah, they just left him out. They're
like, oh yeah. And Pete's like, shut that shit down, the Goof. Oh God. That's dark.
He was always driving that black. What was that? Like a Monte Carlo or?
He was a used car salesman.
Yeah. Oh, he loved his cars. Yeah. And they always mess with the cars. They always messed them. He was like, no,
he loved his boat.
The boat. That's what it was.
Yeah, I like that camping trip episode they had. That was funny.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was good.
Oh God. Yeah, Goof Troop and Darkwing Duck, I think, were the top Disney afternoon shows. Because I think they took DuckTales and Chip and Dale off the air.
Chip and Dale. Rescue.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think one cosplayer fulfilled every kid's dream as dressing up as Gadget. Because
Oh, that was the mouse.
Yeah,
The
Chip
girl mouse.
hit that. But he always had Dale on his back, like, let me do it, Chip. He's like, come on, man. I'm over here.
Then they had the other mouse, Moderate Jack.
Oh, jeez, and he had that little fly, flying around.
Zipper.
Zipper, yeah, Zipper.
I think it was Zipper.
Zipper, yeah. He didn't talk, but he just buzzed around. But yeah, that was a cool show too. You had Fat Cat. He's like,
oh, Fat Cat.
Yeah, those rescue rangers. You know, that slick hair, that mustache. Oh man, that was funny. That was so funny.
Oh, there's so many shows.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I just thought of another show, and I'm going away from Disney because there's so many. But it was that catch, the jet cats, the fighter cats. They had their own jetpack. I mean, not jetpack. They had a fighter plane.
Oh wait, this was your show too, Ron.
Hellcats. Hellcats, I think.
No. It was called something else. Hold on. Let's see. Cats with a plane. Cartoon with cats on. Thank God for Google. Cartoon cats and plane.
SWAT cats.
Yeah, so it just came up. SWAT cats. That was your show, Ron. Holy crap. I used to come over. You always had that on. I'm like, damn, this dude. SWAT cats. So and then they had Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats. I don't even know if that should have been anime. I think that was an anime show.
Yeah, that was anime. But they still showed it. Like the history. They said the song was sung by this guy, and he was literally shit faced when he sang it. And they used it. They used the theme song because it sounds absolutely ridiculous. But he sang it when he was drunk.
I mean, you couldn't go wrong with Samurai Pizza Cats though. That was not a bad show.
Samurai Pizza Cats. That was a cool show though. Like they had the little armor, and they never took that armor off, and they worked at this pizza place, and they had these crows in the same armor, and they're going after it. It was such a ridiculous show, and it came on early in the morning.
You had some sweaty pizza going on. Super sweaty pizza because they had all the armor, so they're throwing the pizzas around and everything.
Right.
So,
and then they had, and then also Marvel had some cartoons that came out too. I mean, the MCU wasn't around back then, but they had Fantastic Four. So these are shows other than X-Men and Spider-Man. They had Fantastic Four. They had Iron Man. They did have the Hulk, I think, at some point. The Incredible Hulk. What else? They had did they have Silver Surfer? Yeah, they had Silver Surfer. That was in the same animation as X-Men, but it's on Disney Plus. You can look at all this stuff on Disney Plus. But
that's crazy.
But yeah, they had Silver Surfer. That didn't seem as interesting to me though. I mean, yeah, Silver Surfer. Who cares? I did watch Fantastic Four a little bit. Iron Man. I mean, the movie hadn't come out yet, so my interest in Iron Man was like kind of like, meh. Okay, he has suits, all right. But he had Iron Man, he had War Machine. Yeah. I see Matt smiling. Here I go make fun of my man Terrence Howard.
Next time, baby.
He never got that man. Next time.
They did me dirty, man. They did me dirty, man.
Next time.
I'm supposed to be War Machine. They did me dirty, man. They gave it to Don Cheadle, man. They need to get their mind right.
Don Cheadle said, "Well, I'll take that check.
I'll take it.
You wanted, yeah.
I mean, you sleep on it, you know. Don't sleep. That's what he would say. Look at him. He blew up. Now nobody even remembers Terrence Howard. Unless they watch the first movie.
The first movie. That's all you got. They replaced him so quick. They say, what? Oh, you want more? Hold on. Cheeto, good job. Yeah, he acting up.
He's like,
see in the morning.
No, because he said like he asked for a certain amount for Iron Man 2, and then they gave that amount to Robert Downey, and then he was like, well, wait a minute, man. You promised me that. If I don't get that, I'm walking. They're like, Disney's like, okay, plenty of black actors. Hey Don, what you doing? Want to be War Machine? Cool. We'll see you.
I don't even think they picked them up. I don't even think Marvel. It wasn't even Disney at that time. It was Marvel.
It was just Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, yo, get out of here. We just
that more money shit. More money.
We give you episodes. We got
nigga, you
20 years.
Yeah, you were lucky to be in the damn suit. Shit, more money.
Yep. They should put that down. History. First black man to do something stupid.
Yeah, we need to have a cast about the superhero movies, man, because we need to dive deeper into this. But
I mean, you messed up. But yeah. But
Batman Beyond. We forgot Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah, true.
I tried that out myself, like at the DVDs. I had to binge watch it. I can't watch like episode by episode, and that's how I got into it. I got into it late. I think Ron, you got into that when it came out on TV, but I got into it late. But it was pretty cool. It was different.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely different. Now they're distributing like Marvel, like not Marvel, DC cartoons and like movies and stuff. Like I don't think they do series anymore. You know?
No, they had good ones though. I don't know if you guys remember Static Shock.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that actually. I just saw him appear in one of the Batman Beyond episodes. I'm like, what the hell? He's part of DC. But
yep,
that's how
they cut him out. I mean, he had a long run as a cartoon, and then I think, and that was the same time Batman Beyond and everything, and then they took him out, and then I think they brought him back. I guess. Then they brought him back, and then they did. I think they brought him back in like the Justice Leagues, like later on in the Justice League, maybe 1 or 2 episodes with Black Lightning.
Oh, okay.
And then that was it. And no, I don't even think he did. Nobody. That's a good cosplay.
What? Black Lightning?
Somebody would Static Shock. See if anybody would.
People have done that.
Recognize that.
Huh? You know him. Oh God, what's his name? Jay Powell. You know him. He's done it before. He's done Static Shock. I believe he's cosplayed that.
Okay.
Young Justice. That show recently came back, I think.
Yeah.
Ron's not doing this.
No. I like I actually was
dark.
Yeah, I was watching that the new one, but the Young Justice was actually pretty good, and then they died out in the middle, and then now they bring it back out. So
yeah,
I like Young Justice. That's actually really good. What's the other? Because that was more like the Robin, the Batman's son.
You had Damian Wayne in that. You had Blue Beetle, Superboy, Connor Kent, Miss Martian. Is that her name?
Miss Martian, yeah, Miss Martian.
You had like basically all the Teen Titans, but like more of them.
Right.
And it's a far cry from that Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. So we're gonna just say the ones we really ain't feeling is Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, today Teen Titans Go.
Proud Family.
Proud Family.
Oh God.
Thundercats Roar.
Thundercats Roar.
There's other. Oh, Rise of the Ninja Turtles. Ugh.
Definitely that, because it's not even
Who's rising
worth
for
watching.
that?
And what? So those are the ones that we're not.
Those are the
feeling.
top awful cartoons that we're listing.
Yeah. Put that down. And in end credit scene, just put that down. Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, and I should put like, you know, some corresponding videos of the awfulness of these cartoons first, because you know we lived in the greatest time, of cartoons, and we may never ever get it back again. You know, you'll never get it back. All right, so we were lucky.
Beyond,
we were lucky.
Yeah,
and it's up to us to show the future generations the greatest series. That's why I have the DVDs here. I'm preserving that. I'm preserving that history to share with kids in the future, to show them that there are cartoons worthy of watching. Not some Thundercats roar, not some poorly animated Rise of the Ninja Turtles that completely disrespects the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No, we have pristine cartoons with lessons, PSAs, great storylines that keep you engrossed. Not this slapstick, people hitting each other on the head or just screaming or puking all over the TV screen. No, what does that do for you? What does that teach you? Nothing. We have the Teen Titans, the original version. All right, they have their share of comedy, slapstick, and everything, but also there's a storyline. People learn lessons. They come together. They have conflicts. They go through life. They go through love. They go through happiness. X-Men, Batman, Justice League. These are cartoons like from the 80s. These are cartoons that came out maybe early 2000s. All right, when some of these kids were probably being born or conceived. Yes, there is hope. If we just preserve, that's why I preserved all these DVDs, because I'm going to stack them up and they say, you want to watch cartoons? All right. No, we're turning off that Cartoon Network because they lost their way. They lost their way. You know, the days of Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, they're gone. You'll never, ever, in this day and age, see, and that's sad. That is sad. And you won't ever hear jokes like, your name must be Mickey because you're so fine. You'll never have the privilege of seeing that ever again. And that's partly thanks to society, but still, the poor writing in cartoon and poor decision-making in the Cartoon Network executive office. No, I will reach into my personal archives because I've recorded a lot of cartoons, and I will show future generations. It's up to me and you two to show these future generations. Show them that there is hope. Show them, like, give them hope. They must be looking at cartoons today like, oh, damn, this is what we got. These poorly drawn. They'll be amazed to see what we grew up with. And then they, in turn, will show future generations and so on. Before long, you'll see a demand for the return of these cartoons from yesteryear. And that's all I have to say. That's it. That's my tangent. Those are my 2 cents. Bring back worthy storylines. Bring back Darkwing Duck, the original. I mean, not the DuckTales they're showing right now.
Yeah, they might redo it and mess it up. Man.
No, not your personal rendition. Bring back the original Powerpuff Girls. Bring it back. That's all I'm asking.
Matt, what you got, Matt? Let's get that tangent. Let's get that rant. Get it out.
Get rid of all old Proud Family episodes. Like, I don't ever want to see. I want it stricken from the record. It never existed.
Feliz Navidad. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God. That's all I care about. Everything else is good. Just Proud Family. Just get rid of that. Don't even. It never even happened.
Yeah, stop the stereotypical cartoons too. That's a pain in the ass. In fact, let's stop the stereotypical shows altogether. You know, because we need to change the narrative. But go on, I'll be going. Oh, I forgot Captain N and Link.
And the
I should have
game
said that during the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, but Captain N. I just looked because I have a whole row of cartoons here and cartoons on DVD. Oh, having the Chipmunks. Oh man, oh I forgot a whole bunch of stuff. Da, 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 da. But anyway, go on.
All right, so yeah, I'm with you guys. They need to bring back some of these old cartoons. I don't know. They need to make a network or something that everybody can go and check it out.
They used to have Boomerang. What happened?
Boomerang sucked, bro. That was horrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. That was more Hanna-Barbera. You know, the Scooby-Doo, the Yogi Bear. And don't get me wrong. I love Scooby-Doo.
Oh my
Great
God!
show.
Think of Scooby-Doo. For God's sake.
Scooby-Doo was good, but I'm not going there. I didn't want to go there because those are
a pup named Scooby-Doo. I like that. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. That one was funny.
That was actually pretty good. But like, okay, so yes, they need to bring it back. I believe some of the 80s shows were people high on crack, high on drugs, like because there was it was just far out there. They were just out there with their stuff, like Bionic 6. That was one that nobody. There you go. Like who's thinking of that? I mean, I can go on like a total rant, like Bionic 6, Dinosaurs.
Wait, is that the one where they ride robot, like they ride dinosaurs with little robot things on them, like
I know it was like a big robot fight, like it was dinosaurs, and they were like, I don't know if they were from space, but it was like a big battle. It was like a Autobot Decepticon dinosaur kind of thing, and they were fighting each other, and then they had the kids involved. That's a good one to look up if you ever.
Another terrible one was GoBots.
Cut that one.
God.
Destroy it. What other ones? But I mean, like we had literally all three of us had the one of the best eras from 80s, 90s, 2000, the 220s. I think like after 2003, I don't even want to know. Sorry for the fire. Somebody's house is on fire, probably somewhere around here. But that's New York.
Yeah, hope you guys stay safe. Know that hurricane hits y'all hard.
Oh man, we don't even want to go into that. I'll tell you about that another time.
Yeah,
that was wild. But yeah, we had the best. There's so many shows. Like half these kids here. We didn't even talk about Care Bears. Care Bears. How
I forgot about
important is that? That was like all the kids needed to show love. Kids don't know how to show love no more. They just like their own thing. It's those shows are so needed. And they had like subliminal. Most of them had subliminal messages.
I had the Care Bear cousins, just to let you know.
Oh, the Care Bear cousins.
I had the lion.
I think his name was Braveheart.
Care Bear Star.
Yeah.
That was before the Unibeam, Matt. That was like their Unibeam.
They stole it.
Gonna hit you with a beam of caring.
That's right. Get on. Yeah, you can't even ask Stan Lee no more. Where he get that from? You know he got it from Care Bears.
Iron Man's a big Care Bear. Oh shit.
So yes, they need to bring those back. They got to bring those back. I mean, or at least somehow we got to be able to get that out there to the kids, to those growing up. Like, this is what you need to watch. These shows are timeless. Don't let them go down the drain. Don't try to find. You're gonna have to find them on Amazon. You won't know how to find them on Amazon. Like, it's just so many. So these new ones, like you said, Rise of the Turtles. I mean, T-Tain's Go was fun. It just was like not that big of a big show. And then Proud Family. Like I don't even know what that was. I just remember a show. I just remember like maybe a commercial. I don't remember too much. But yeah, yeah. Super terrible show.
Well, man, this was a great, crazy discussion. Let me know we can go on and on about this, but we got to close it out. So, man, let's tell people where we can find us. So you can find me at garnett.galloway on IG. That's my acting page. You can find me on This Is GNet on YouTube. My cosplay page, I do dress up and stuff. I cosplay some of these cartoons that we were describing. It's GNetix Kasupere. That's GN. I always fuck up. I can never spell this out. GNETIX KOSUPERE. I gotta like close my eyes when I say it. It'll be in the description if you're watching YouTube. Check us out. I'm actually gonna be building Instagram page for straightupish.com. Can I say the name? Straight Up Ish Podcast. Gonna be on IG soon, coming soon. All right, make sure you hit that up. Like and subscribe. If you like this page, subscribe. We're on every platform, everywhere you listen to podcasts. I'll let people plug themselves also.
Yeah, your boy Fro. You can find me here on the Straight Up Bitch podcast.
Yo, make a page already, man. This is the 4th episode. Let's go.
It's looking it's gonna be probably around mid-October, I'll say.
Oh shit.
Wow.
We're gonna go through like 7 episodes by the time, and then we'll finally hear, hey, you can find me on mattfroby.com. I'm like, what? This dude.
Episode 20, Matt makes a page. That's what it's
that'll be the big highlight. Holy shit.
On social media.
That's finally on social media. Should call it Matt Makes a Page finally.
That's a great name.
Rick, where can we find you?
All right, so I'm on Instagram, TSR Photos. I'm on YouTube, Ronald Prioleau, but I'm gonna make my start probably today because I was supposed to do it last episode, but things happened. It's probably gonna be TSR reviews. You can check that out. Probably have that up there probably end of this day. And what else? That's IG. Yeah, we don't give out Facebooks here. We just giving out the follow. And that's it.
Yeah, don't follow us on Facebook. Don't do it.
Yeah. I can subscribe. We don't do the Facebooks.
All right, man. Go ahead.
Oh, one more thing. Lost my cat earlier this week, and he's right there up on the wall. Shout out to
I was looking at that. I was wondering. I was like, is that was that there? Was that always there?
Yeah, let me go grab him real quick.
Grab that real quick. Yeah, shouts to Blue, man. Shouts to Blue.
Shout out to Blue. Shout out to the cat. Shout out to the.
That's cool, man. I like that.
Yeah.
That looks awesome, man.
Yeah. Super. Yeah, that was my little guy right there. So shout out to him. I'll just put it down for now.
Yeah.
But shout out to him. Big part of life. Too young.
It's not easy. It's not easy. But
he's still out there. He's still got a couple reels for the gram. So, I'll try to get it as much love from him. And that's it.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. There's a cool conversation. So, guys, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, please. We're on every podcast platform, Google, Spotify, Apple. Show us some love. We're going to try and hit that 50 listeners hopefully this week. but yeah, man, just hit us up if you got questions. If you got ideas for the show or tell us we suck ass or whatever, hit us up on Straight Up Ish. That has straight number 8, Straight Up Ish Talk at gmail.com. Tell us anything, tell us what you think. And we'll see you in the next podcast. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Later.
This has been the Straight Up Ish Podcast. We're on Google, Apple, and Spotify, and everywhere you listen to your podcasts. New episodes every week, so don't forget to subscribe.